Hello everyone and welcome to new Battlefield 5 guide. Today I will give you a short introduction to the Recon class and its combat roles. As the name says, the Recon is the class for reconnaissance. With its bolt action rifles like the Krag-Jürgensen or the Lee Enfield and its self-loading rifles like the Model 8 or the ZH-29, the Recon class is made for long-range shots to counter enemy snipers, tank gunners, bush Wookiees, or others that could be dangerous for your teammates. Note that when you aim down sight with a scope on your rifle, everyone can see the scope glint, so don't aim down sight longer than necessary. And of course, before you take a shot, don't forget to steady your scope by pressing L3 on your controller. I know pressing the control stick is not very comfortable, but there's a simple trick to change the mapping of your controller and steady the scope faster. I would highly recommend to do this. Just go to Controls in the game menu and choose Custom Soldier buttons. Then scroll down to Steady Scope and remap it to your left trigger or whatever button you aim down sight with. This small change means that right in the moment you aim down sight, your soldier will also hold breath, which steadies the scope. You don't have to press another button anymore, except for the trigger. Let's head over to the gadgets of the Recon class. With the gadgets like the spotting scope or the spotting flare, the Recon can mark enemy soldiers with a red dot over their heads and make them visible on the minimap. Just look at the enemies with the spotting scope and they will be spotted automatically. Easy, helps your team, and you will get points for spot assists. One tip for the use of the spotting flare. If you come from Battlefield 1, you might be used to shoot the flare to the ground. Don't do that in Battlefield 5. The flare needs to be shot into the air and will slowly come down while it lights up enemy targets on the minimap. But with these huge maps in Battlefield 5, I personally prefer to go with the spotting scope instead of the flare, because the circle the flare lights up is really small. Two other helpful gadgets are the spawn beacon and the AP mine. The AP mine, also called the bouncing Betty, is a small proximity mine that explodes when an enemy passes by. Unlike the tripwire bombs in Battlefield 1, the AP mine doesn't have any wires. It's much smaller and can be easily overlooked. Use it to secure doors, objective or your sniper spot and destroy enemy mines when you see them. The spawn beacon is a portable spawn point that you can drop everywhere, preferable in dark corners, under stairs or in other places where enemies can't find and destroy it. It's a good way to avoid your team from getting spawn trapped or to let your squad mates spawn into the game and airborne without letting them jump out of the plane over and over again. Note that only your squad mates can spawn on your beacon and other scouts with the Pathfinder combat role equipped. More about that later. Another Recon gadget that is rarely used is the sniper decoy. It's a sniper dummy on a tripod that you can place behind fortifications or windows as a distraction. It looks like a sniper to the enemy, and when they shoot it, they get marked as red dots on the minimap. Doesn't sound too bad, but honestly, I never use it. But one of the best gadgets of the Recon class are the throwing knives. They can be equipped instead of the grenades and are amazing close-range weapons once you figured out how to handle them. I would highly recommend to use them instead of the grenades. Not only because every hit is a kill, but also because they guarantee some only in battlefield moments. Last but not least, there are the combat roles for the Recon class. The default combat role is called Sniper and equips two traits, Eagle-Eyed and Expert Marksman. With the Eagle-Eyed, you automatically spot enemies when you shoot at them, no matter if it's with your primary or secondary weapon. Expert Marksman, on the other hand, gives you the ability to steady your scope much longer than normal and replenish the time you are able to hold breath with every headshot you do. I highly recommend to let this one equipped, especially when you prefer to play a more defensive sniper with scoped rifles for long range. But if there's a spawn trap to break or your team was pushed back into its base, then the second combat role might be better for you. It's called Pathfinder and equips the traits Advanced Scouting and Vanguard. Advanced Scouting means that you are able to spawn on all friendly spawn beacons, not only your own or your squad mates. And Vanguard gives you additional requisition points when someone spawns on your beacon. These points can be used by the squad leader to call in necessary reinforcements like a V1 rocket or supply drops. And that's all for today. There's a quick start guide and separate guides for the Assault and the Medic class available on my channel as well. A guide for the Support class will be uploaded during the next days. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more Battlefield 5 news, guides and streams. Until then, thanks for watching, I am the Catwoman and you are awesome.